Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Copper Dragons here, and I'm going to be playing some more KNACK 2. So let's hop right in. Oh wait, the world map is coming up. Sorry I haven't played this game, I couldn't even tell you how long, so sorry if I don't know all the features. Like, I've played the first game, but I haven't played the second. Like, I played the first game recently, as you can probably tell as of my series that I did on the
I'm
first
glad we're
game, but I
finally
haven't
out of the
played
woods.
the second game in years.
Goblin pyramids.
I haven't played it since like
Is
2019.
that what you wanted to show me?
God, hearing that
That's
was
part of
6
it.
years ago makes me feel
Come on.
really old.
Well, let's get going.
Hearing 2019 was 6 years ago makes me feel really old. Like, way older than what I should be feeling.
Be careful in there.
Well, at least I can actually handle some combat as a small knack, if there is any. You know, at least that's not too big of a problem. Even whenever I'm not that big. And yes, I know I'm short, in both the game and real life, so don't mock me for that.
Don't forget your parts.
Don't mock me for being short. I'm only like 5'6½". Don't mock me for that. I already get mocked enough for it in real life. Don't just add on to my height-related trauma. I'm just joking about the trauma part, but still.
These old ruins are riddled with puzzles and traps.
But honestly, I hate that. One girl that was the ex of Juice WRLD. I may not like really listen to rap or like at all. But oh boy, I really hate her. I mean, come on, she was literally selling like the fecal matter of Juice WRLD, selling his hair, selling his teeth, and I even heard that she even sold a sex tape that she did with him. If that doesn't make her scummy enough by the teeth, hair, and bodily fluid thing, if that doesn't already make her scummy enough by that. I mean, come on. I heard low, but that's going lower than that. And mind you, she only released that tape after his death. If that makes her look any less scummy. Which it doesn't. Considering for that kind of stuff, you need both parties' consent. And you can't really get a consent from a guy that's already dead. No offense to Juice WRLD, but you can't really get consent from a guy that is already 6 feet under and had been for years at that. No offense to him. So, what she's doing is not just immoral, but it's highly illegal. Because, like, I'm pretty sure there are laws that require consent for that kind of stuff. I'm pretty sure there are laws for that kind of stuff. I'm not 100% sure, but I am sure that, I think there may be some laws for that kind of stuff. Not 100% certain on it, though.
For our wits.
Our wits? KNACK was the one that solved it.
Finally, someone gives me the credit in this series that I've been so rightfully deserving. I mean, come on, the human characters don't even do anything. They don't even do anything in these games. And yet somehow they were treated just as much of heroes as KNACK. Even though KNACK was the only one doing any work. Finally, KNACK is getting some rightful payment for that kind of stuff. I mean, come on, they didn't even do anything besides, just stand there looking at KNACK, yelling at him every once in a while. Like, that's all they did. And somehow that makes them just as much of heroes as KNACK himself. Somehow. Jesus Christ, that was annoying. Like, I wasn't even trying to walk back and forth all that. Like, it was just where it was such a narrow space that I could walk forward, that it was just preventing me from moving to the right. Until I actually did move right. Good thing I have some sunstone charge.
Get him, Knack!
Well, at least there's some regen features in this game. At least that's something that you can really like for this game, considering there are a lot longer battles than what there were than the first game. At least you can actually like the second game for that.
There's more of them.
Like, which I'm really glad that they added a regen feature, because if I didn't have that, if I had that in the first game, I know I would have, you know, died a lot less if I had that in the first game. Like, I know I would have died a lot less with the regen feature, you know, besides collecting more relics. I know I would have died a lot less at that point. Because this game is actually quite more forgiving, but yet still keep that challenge with the regen feature, you know? Like, sure, it keeps the challenge, but it also has the regen feature for newer players, you know? And I'm trying to relaunch the love for this game, because it was actually one of the first PS4 exclusives. Like, it was one of the first games launched on the PS4 to be an exclusive to the PS4. You know? I'm only playing it on my PS5 because of backwards compatibility with PS4 and PS5 games. Well, at least I can actually beat that guy. Wow, I got hit and then I can actually unlock a new skill. Thank you, Arrow. But I have to tell you, anti-vaxxers, I may not be into politics, but anti-vaxxers have to be some of the dumbest people I've ever seen. I mean, come on, the only argument that that is even remotely logical is, you know, the fact that, vaccines don't have an 100%, success rate. Like, but if they use their brains for more than 2 seconds, they would know that nothing in life has a guaranteed 100% success rate. Even food. You could die off food and it's not a 100% guarantee that you're gonna live off it.
Oh, it can't be.
Like,
Can't be what?
they're basically saying, like, they might as well just go, God forbid the spawn a Satan and then start carrying around rhinestones and do the Irish jig every time that they have to eat.
Maybe
That's might as well what they better start doing. That's what they do with vaccines, so why not, you know, start doing it with food, considering that doesn't have an 100% rate of, you know, you living from it, because choking, potential allergies and stuff like that.
Counting on you, Knack.
Like, do they seriously have to be that stupid? Like, they literally do that kind of stuff that I mentioned that they start doing with, food, with vaccines already. So, what difference would that make if they started doing it with food as well? What difference would that make? I mean, come on. I've never even seen a more brain-dead group of people than anti-vaxxers. Like, I've literally never seen any more brain-dead. There are more benefits to vaccines than what there are negatives. And there are a lot of vaccines out there that only have a 2%
Just a
risk of
little
failure.
more.
Because, yeah, sure, like a 2% risk is something to, genuinely worry
Try
about.
the chain.
Like, if you think about it, is 2% really something to really worry about like that? Heck, most vaccines, they have an above 90%, success rate. And somehow, they're still against them. Sure, there's still a chance of them failing, but there's a much higher chance of it actually succeeding than what there is it failing. That's why I will never understand any form of, concept that anti-vaxxers will ever bring up. Because they don't even try and use logic. Because the only thing that they use that can actually be proven with actual logic, is just the fact that, vaccines don't have an 100% success rate. And even that has holes for reasons that I mentioned in just a little bit ago. Even that has holes. That has more holes with their logic than what a human has on their body. Of both genders combined. Do they seriously not see the obvious problems with their logic? Because even a guy that isn't even that political like me can see the problems, the very obvious holes and flaws with their logic. If you can even call it logic at that point. One of the things that I've seen why they don't want to give their kids vaccines is autism. Yeah, because, something that you're born with, and a way that you are born, is determined by something as meaningless as a vaccine. Yeah, that will hold up in any sort of logic. In any shape or form. And make you look intelligent in any way. Because, in my eyes, that sure doesn't make you look intelligent. That just makes you look even more stupid. Because I've never even seen any sort of record of vaccines causing some form of autism. I've never once seen that. Even brought up once in any sort of medical document. And the fact that they use that as one of their main pieces of logic just proves that they don't even do the basic amounts of research. Just like most people do in the modern era in drama spheres. They don't even do the basic amounts of research. I can tell you with a whole heart that most people don't even bother doing basic amount of research and just take everything as face value. I can tell you that with my whole heart. I'm gonna turn off my mic real quick.
KNACK!
Well, I'm gonna have to restart that because I got a little distracted by the phone. Hey, just like modern teachers, they always get distracted by their phones, and somehow they still have jobs as educators whenever they don't even do the basic concepts that their profession requires, being They don't even do the basic concepts of educating. They just stay on their phone all day. Heck, I've literally seen them eat more gas station pizza than what I've ever seen them teach an actual lesson for the teacher's iPad. Like, they've eaten more gas station pizza to fill up their body weight.
They said it would never be found.
What?
And they were pretty
What
hefty
you're
people,
looking
too.
at is a monument to one of our earliest victories in the Crystal Wars.
Who's the caveman?
Marius. He's known as a great hero.
He's so fierce.
Fierce enough to beat the High Goblins and their robot warriors.
High Goblins, huh?
And the High Goblins are a different bunch from Gundahar and his kind.
How come I've never heard of him?
I guess they don't teach that side of the story anymore. The High Goblins haven't been seen since the wars. Amazing.
Oh. There's more amazing up ahead.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Wait, did he wipe out an entire race?
So that statue of Marius was
That makes him sound like a German leader from that
Can't wait to tell my
that
archaeologist friends about it.
was massive in between the years of 1939 and 1945. That makes him sound like that particular German leader if he wiped out an entire race. That makes him sound suspiciously a lot like him. And if that's the case, I do not want to play this game anymore if that's the case. I genuinely don't. For obvious reasons. Like, I don't even want to play this game anymore. If I'm literally working under a species known for that, if that's the case, I don't want to play this game anymore at that point. Oh my god, that's kind of horrifying whenever you think about it like that. God, I just hope that's not the case, because I genuinely want to finish this game. I just hope I don't, work under that kind of regime. Like, if they literally caused an annihilation of a race. I don't care if parts of that race still exist today. They still caused a genocide. I don't care what you gotta say. They still caused a genocide, regardless. My god. I feel bad for taking out these goblins. I feel bad for that. Knowing that I'm probably working on the side of a certain group that I will not bring up because of YouTube censors. Yeah, I definitely do not want to do that. Oh my god. I feel awful for, causing damage to these goblins.
Finally.
I mean, come on. An annihilation of
It's
a
just through
race,
here.
a big war. It should be obvious what I'm
Explorers
inferring to right now.
Surprise! It's cool, isn't it?
Please don't take me to a burial ground.
What's wrong?
It's a
I don't want to
battlefield,
be in a
Lucas.
burial
Yeah,
ground.
from like 2 billion years ago.
I'm with your uncle on this one.
Oh, well, you two, come on. They probably haven't moved since
Exactly.
that
You're
Rocky
literally
War.
rummaging
Crystal War.
around
Whatever.
in a graveyard, potentially stealing their stuff. As if
Maybe
I
he's
couldn't
right.
hate
These things
Lucas
are dead as
any
doornails.
more
At least
than what
doornails
happened
were
after
once
the
the
first
vanguard of the
game.
Goblin army.
Were.
I guess.
Oh my god.
Cool.
Lucas is so insufferable in these games.
Still cool, but knack.
When you said come out for a hike, I didn't think we'd be fighting killer attack robots.
Sorry. That was
Yeah.
definitely not part of the plan.
Like, these robots look familiar, like I've seen them in the opening of the game. You know, that one opening, where KNACK presumably got crushed to death. You know, that opening up to this game. You know, considering this is a flashback to, like, what, 2 months before that? So, would these be the same robots? I sure seem to be taking them out pretty easily.
What's waking them up?
No idea.
After this, I'm gonna be trying to use some skill points. Which I should have like 2 skill points after this.
Knack, look out! There's more coming.
Well, close enough anyway. So I'm gonna spend a skill point that I have. And that's the multi-punch. All you gotta do is just hold down the attack button. Basic attack button. Which that's a really useful attack now that I think about it.
Starting again.
Considering it can do a lot of damage if you use it properly. If you back up an enemy into the wall or whatever, you can use that knockback to your advantage. You can use knockback to your advantage with the multi-punch. Which is honestly kind of useful once you think about it. Yeah, I'm gonna use that other skill point after this. I don't know why I didn't say both of them until
You
now.
can do it, Knack.
Still. Are you stupid? I'm clearly winning. They're saying, you can do it, Knack. I'm clearly winning. Are you stupid? Like, even more so than what the first game proved you were.
Knack, this way.
Like, oh my god, these characters are so stupid for scientists.
They're
Supposed
shooting at us!
scientists, anyways. Wow, I'm sure getting hit a lot. That was more embarrassing than what it needed to be.
Knack, can you get that rock?
That's it!
I literally got more hit in that one moment than Baby's first Minecraft or whatever.
That should do it.
Okay, I'm gonna use up that skill point. Ooh, wait. I'm gonna use dodge speed up because that seems pretty useful. Okay. I have 3 more, and plus this one. So, yeah.
No way they can follow us now.
Are you sure about this? Are you sure that they couldn't follow us?
Look out!
See what I
Come
mean?
again!
god, these people are so stupid. I'm the only one that's ever doing anything, and I use the most logic out of any character.
Come on up.
I wish I could have just let Lucas fall.
Thanks for the
I
save.
wish I could have just let him fall. I know that's cruel of me to say, but still. I mean, really. In the first game, he was willing to let Victor get to the source of ultimate power that was supposed to come from that game, that key. And he was just willing to let Victor get that. Sure, it may have killed Victor in the end, but still, they didn't know the risks at that time. They didn't know the risks. So he was just gonna let some random evil guy get a source of ultimate power that they had no clue how to deal with. Like, that really hurts me. Like, that just shows Lucas is a massive idiot. And honestly, from what I remember, I really liked the female cast of this game, from what I can remember. Like, sure, they may be, like, more pre-civilized than the other characters, but that's mostly because of their culture, you know? I'm not trying to sound offensive in saying that, but still. Like, they weren't, like they weren't as modernized, is what I should be saying. Like, they didn't have as much technology as the main culture in the game, the main culture of humans.
You go on ahead, Knack.
Like, they were more of a combative tribe. Like, sure, there was still male aspects to that race, but still. But the only part that I do not like is how the female characters that were featured, they are of a combat race, like a race that of humans that are solely surrounded upon combat. Like, and they're black. Like, I know I'm not black and I shouldn't be, like, as offended to that, but still. It's still pretty racist if you ask me.
Come on, Knack. Just a few more.
Like, it still seems pretty racist whenever you take it under that context. I still like this series, though. Even though I don't remember much about the second game.
The vanguard of the Goblin Army? Seriously?
Are you sure you didn't do anything to the robots, Lucas?
Maybe flip a switch or something.
I didn't do anything. You saw them. They just came to life.
Most peculiar. Let's call the doctor once we get airborne. Doctor, wait till I tell you what we ran into.
Angry robots, by any chance?
Yeah. Giant angry zombie robots.
One step behind again, Lucas. That's yesterday's news. It's happening all over. I'm headed up to the monastery at Norcliffe. You can meet me there.
Roger that, Doc.
Well, at least the Doctor is still alive in this game.
Ryder!
That's something.
Well, well, well. Quite an exciting morning you've had.
Indeed it was, Doctor.
What's going on?
We're not exactly sure, but the monks have a few ideas. How's life in the big city, boys?
I'm doing great.
He's,
I
Don't
can
listen to
see
him.
that his
We're
wife.
fine.
I can
We
see
do miss
Charlotte
you,
doesn't need the
boys.
cane anymore. You know,
Lucas,
probably not as
you
much.
sure you're okay?
But still.
Charlotte worries.
Well, we're fine. Honest.
That's at least a good thing, you know?
We have more preparations to make, but I'm happy so far with your work. Very good. You're dismissed.
Thank goodness.
Xander, I'd like you to meet
Lucas and KNACK, thank you so much for coming. I'm Xander. I oversee the Order of Monks here at the monastery. This is Ava, our youth leader.
It's an honor to finally meet you. We've heard great stories about your achievements.
It's all in a day's work, really.
I fear we have more work ahead. As you already know, the robots from the Crystal Wars are rising.
I'm sorry, I don't know much
Yeah,
about
like I
this
didn't
Crystal
already
War.
know that the
Or
Crystal
the
War
monks, for
robots
that
were
matter.
rising. Like I didn't already know that.
It's true, my order is not the leaders of mankind as we once were.
Perhaps I can explain the Crystal Wars. It's easy to think of the goblins as primitive creatures who live in the wilderness.
And Smelly. Don't forget Smelly.
But the truth is, at the time of the Crystal Wars, the goblins had
Okay,
a highly developed
racist.
civilization.
That sounds a
They were
lot
known
more
then
racist
as
than
the
what
High
it needed to
Goblins,
be.
a proud and cruel race. Always at war with humankind over the resources they prized most. Crystals.
Wait, would that be
a
more
potent energy
racist or
source that could be found
speciesist?
only in the human territories. The High Goblin leader, a master engineer by the name of Uric, created an army of warrior robots to solve the human problem once and for all. These robots are what we now call the ancient weapons. The humans of that time, our primitive ancestors, were taken completely by surprise at the appearance of Uric and his army. The High Goblin Empire expanded rapidly as their forces rampaged across the country, bringing destruction and death. It was a dark time, and we might not have survived. But a hero emerged. Our founder, Marius. To Uric's surprise, the strength of the robots was outmatched by Marius's ingenuity. Armed with only rocks, vines, traps, and rock hunting, Marius and his troops were able to defeat high-tech weaponry 10 times their size. He led his people to victory that day and for many more to come. The shells of their robot foes littered the landscape as a reminder to all that might oppose them.
It's
See,
amazing.
there's no way that
somehow,
story is even halfway
2 centuries
true.
later,
There's no
these
way.
ancient robots are coming back to life.
We need to
There's
stop
no
these
way
weapons.
that guy
and
is
discover
even
who's
as
behind this.
remotely a hero as what they
We're in.
claim him to be.
Now,
I mean,
do
come
you
on.
two
He
understand what you're
literally
getting
beat
into?
metallic,
your typical
advanced
Sunday hype.
robots
We can handle
with
it.
basic
Right, Knack?
stuff you can find in nature
Knack?
that isn't even that hard to
those?
find, like rocks, vines, and wood.
How can it be?
You are not the only one who can create life from relics, Doctor.
Knack, we have work to do. You can check out your cousins later. So, where do we begin?
Oh my god, I
There is a nearby
really
mountain
hate
pass
Lucas for
where
saying
my
that.
ancestors stopped the ancient weapons. They have begun to stir again.
Just cause they're
You best
made
take a
of
look.
relics doesn't mean that
Like,
they're related.
Right now.
It's too late in the day to cross the mountain pass. Ava will take you there in the morning.
There are other things we can do until we depart.
What do you have in mind?
Here at the monastery, we celebrate the martial arts above all else.
I think this was the scene that...
Begin!
I think this is the chapter that was featured in the demo for this game. And yes, this game does have a demo. I just don't know if the demo is still up. Or at least it did have a demo. I don't know if it's still up or not. That's the only thing I do not know. But I do know that it did have a demo at one point. Because I played it before getting the full game. I played the demo before getting the full game. Well, at least that made that easier. More of a punch.
We're behind you!
Wow, these guys are surprisingly
Your
easy
challenge
to
continues
beat.
outside.
Like, so surprisingly easy. And I think the way that you can tell if a goblin is a high goblin or not in this series is if the goblin has face paint on their faces or not. That's the only way I know that. I think that's the way you can actually tell if they're high goblin or not. is that they have face paint. You know, weird looking protruding shapes on their faces. Well, at least I'm defeating these people really easily. I've only died once to them, and that was because I got distracted a little, and that little thing was in the way. You know, that super crystal, it was in the way a little bit, thus making my movement more limited. Like, sure, that may not be completely blamed, but still. Like, at least that would, you know, hinder my movement options a little bit. Got it. Touching the boulders means instant death. So, got that. Guess I'll avoid those this. At least I actually managed to avoid them this time. The only reason that I died to them last time is because, well, I think I remember you being able to attack them or something, and then those boulders would instantly break or something. I guess I was wrong in some way. Unless if I get someone to attack later on, that would allow me to destroy said boulders.
To the true test of strength.
The true test of strength. What the heck? Didn't I already go through a test of strength? I guess they're kind of cheating a little bit by giving me multiple tests of the same, you know, vicinity, just in different locations. Okay, time to break these sunstones. Because at least they provide me some protection. You know, better. Again, they can reduce the damage you take after the sunstone charge runs out, which is honestly a really good change from the first game. You know, because all sunstones were really used for was the super attacks. That's all sunstones were really used for in the first game. They weren't used for anything else. And even then, you didn't even have that much of a use for it.
Next, you will face my creations.
Okay, I think I have to get knocked down to the ground for that team for me to be able to defeat this. Okay, why isn't that cutscene starting yet? There we go, it's finally starting.
It's hard to believe you saved the world. All you know are 3 punches and a kick.
He can jump, too.
Hey!
You're a good fighter. But to be a
Honestly,
great warrior, you need to know
honestly,
more.
that she's right, and so is Lucas in a way. But honestly, what's the point of the skill tree if I can't?
It's the same
If
force that
I can
binds
only
your body
do
together.
punches and kicks. Like
Now,
I get that it can
focus
actually
and
help me
attack.
improve attacks, but still. Well, this attack is going to be overpowered, I know for sure. I really want to. I really wish that they would allow me to use the relics from those defeated enemies. And just ignore the fact that it shows a PS4 controller instead of a PS5. Because, well, I guess since I'm playing the PS4 version, which should be the only version that I know about, like, it's the only version I know exists. Like, since that's the case, like, I guess it still shows the PS4 controller at that point. So, yeah, that kinda explains that part of some of my videos. Like, I'm still playing on my PS5 and everything, just that a lot of the games I own are PS4 games, considering I didn't even get my PS5 until, like, June of last year. Which is, ironically enough, around the same time that I started making videos on YouTube. Okay, after this chapter, I'm gonna end the video after this chapter. If I don't run out of time by then. Because I can only record for like a max of an hour. Like, that's the only amount of time that I can record. Well, at least I'm doing at least somewhat better. Hey, at least I beat it, you know? Wait, am I getting past multiple chapters in one video? Is that literally how short the chapters are anymore? Okay, that one was on me. Because I didn't use that attack in the right time. So that one was on me. Am I just beating up those random civilians? No, am I just beating up random civilians for the ones that die in one hit? Am I just beating up random civilians at that point? Or are they meant to be like the small goblins with bigger necks? Like, you know, like how that works.
Most impressive, Knack. Of all that have faced our warriors, you are by far the strongest.
I wish that guy would, you know, quit jumping around, you know, like madman, and actually face me like in a fair fight. Because, like, I get it that can be a tactic for some, but it's not really giving that much of a fair advantage, you know, for some others. Just let me absorb the relics. It would help everyone.
Now remember, it's dangerous up there.
I know.
So you must promise to be careful.
I promise.
Just listen to her, Lucas. She's right.
Are you sure you're warm enough, dear?
I'm good.
Ava's pretty. Try not to let that distract you.
Seriously, I'll be fine.
Well, good luck, my boy. While you're off on your little expedition, I'll speak with Xander about the awakenings. See if he and I can't...
Perhaps we can find a pattern to them.
Okay, I'm gonna end
Stop treating her
today's
like a
video
child
here.
already.
Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.